Bueno, hola gentecita, ya estamos por acá en una video reacción más, esta vez al programa especial de la 1.6 de Honkai Star Rail, la corona de lo mediocre y lo divino. A ver, si por un motivo, por ratitos me quedo un poco callado o algo así, es porque aún me está molestando la garganta. Diciembre es el peor mes para mí en cuanto a enfermarme, pero bueno, ¿qué espero de esta versión? Honestamente, Ratio, Rodney y Shueyi. Quiero saber un poco más de ellos. Y a ver qué más, o sea, dejarme sorprender. Espero que no se escuche muy fuerte el ventilador de fondo, pero bueno, no sé qué más esperar. O sea, en esta versión sí que estoy a ciegas, bueno, en la mayoría siempre estoy a ciegas. O sea, no soy mucho de ver leaks ni nada y me espero hasta que tengo el momento para ver el programa sin spoilerme. Pero bueno, entonces, como siempre digo, subtítulos en español abajo y comencemos. A ver, sí, lo de la IPC.
Three genius society members at the same time?
Tres. Screwloop.
This interview was a bad idea. Mr. Screw'em, member 76,
Me niego a decirme
sophisticated
Tornilio, a
mechanical
decirle
aristocrat,
Tornilio.
and renowned leader. Not to mention, the savior of inorganic life throughout the universe. He's as
Perdón,
sharp as
que
they
había un
come.
pelo,
He recognized my brilliance at an
pelo de
instant.
gato.
Now, if I can just get him to recommend me.
And his astonishing wisdom in the field of broadcasting has been duly recognized by Noose themselves.
Oh, wow.
Ergo, the
News.
Genius Society hereby confers
Albert.
upon Mr. Albert the title of Member 85.
Oh, wow.
81, Run
Oh,
May.
Rodney.
Oh, she seemed like a kind and elegant person in the simulated universe. A little distant, though, but what if I ask a bad question? Since when does
Me encanta
Albert
volver, me
ask
cae muy
bad
bien. Oh,
questions?
Madame Herta.
This little bird has an active imagination.
Ugh! Quit daydreaming!
Me encanta Herta.
The program is about to start! What are you waiting for? A trailer or something?
Sí, veamos el trailer, a ver.
I
Quiero.
thought member 4, Poca had gotten rid of most of the side
Pepi, por
members.
favor, dennos a
I
un
didn't have a lot
Pepi
of hope
como
for this.
mascota. ¿What?
Oh, look who's here.
Marzo. Oh, wow, ¿qué son esas cositas?
Madam Herta, open zone. Class 1.
Oh, son nuevos. Oh, oh, Renee.
There's much you don't know about the space station.
¿Tienen que ver con ella?
It's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation. If not, you'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through.
Son muy lindos, la verdad. Va a haber nuevas partes de la estación
A
espacial.
genius move.
Oh, Ratio. A Ratio lo necesito.
A portrait of internal turmoil.
Me encanta Ratio, o sea, por Ratio segurísimo que voy a
Try to
ir.
think for yourself.
Aunque por Rodney no lo sé. Perdón, por Rodney no lo sé.
Gods of the starry skies have abandoned the
Oh,
world.
Tornilio. Digo, Screwloop.
Only the wounded
What?
savior can bathe the world in the
¿Hasta?
firelight of destruction. No matter the distance, annihilation will
What?
find you.
News. Eso es news, ¿verdad?
Audience dice. How ostentatious.
What? Oh, wow, y el arte está precioso. Wow. O sea, por ratio es seguro que voy a ir. Por Rodney tendré que verlo, dependiendo del orden en el que vengan. Ahí tomaré mi decisión y con quién venga Shueyi. Porque Shueyi la quiero, que ya vimos lo que me pasó con Hania, ¿verdad? Quienes hayan visto este video. Pero ratio me interesa, o sea. Y cuando hablaba de los 13 años al inicio, Albert, yo pensaba que hablaba de radio, pero sí, de Madame Herta, obviamente. Parece que va a haber nuevas zonas en la estación espacial, eso me gusta, porque eso me gusta. Y lo de que le pasó a Asta, o sea, estoy intrigado, tengo que reconocerlo. A ver, ¿qué más nos espera? Ahorita estoy en PT25 creo, así es que no sé cuánto tendré que ahorrar para el ratio. Una parte de mí quiere que venga en segunda parte de la versión, pero no sé. A ver.
your world has a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Hola,
If you
Albert.
didn't know already, I'm Albert, your favorite feathered announcer. Welcome to the version 1.6 Crown of the Mundane and Divine special program. On today's program, we're bringing together three intellectual heavyweights from none other than the Genius
Skrull. Por
Society.
Skrull, si es que lo llegan a hacer jugable en algún punto, sí iré.
Care to kick us off?
Whatever. Herda here.
Madam Herda, we said, remember? Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
Seriously? Fine. Hello, I'm Herda.
No, we're talking. And let's not forget the new face on the block, Madam Ron May.
Me
Hello,
encanta
dear
Ron
viewers.
May.
I'm Ran May.
I suppose that makes it my turn. Greetings, viewers. I am Skrullum.
Skrull.
It's a pleasure to meet
Oh,
you.
the pleasure is all ours. I never thought I'd be interviewing all three of you at the same time. I guess the great Noose must have finally recognized my potential.
Me encanta Alberto, cae muy bien.
Don't get ahead of yourself. This is a scheduled space station visit. Lucky for you, we had time for
Ah,
the show.
cierto, están en la
Or, to
estación
put it
espacial, se me
another way,
olvidaba.
Participating in your program was a way of maximizing the utility of our itinerary. Two birds, one stone.
Interesante.
Thank you. Anyhow, we saw from the trailer that the story is making a return to Herda Space Station.
Ya.
Intelligence available for release indicates the following. Madam Ron May has commandeered one of the space station zones.
Me encanta cómo
Biological
Skrull me está
science
tirando mouse.
experiments.
I like to avoid attracting too much attention with my experiments, and the station had a sealed-off area available. Herta was kind enough to lend it to me.
Big enough to spread across 3 levels.
Tres
This
niveles,
area is
wow.
a brand new domain waiting for us in version
Okay.
1.6. Welcome to Herda Space Station Seclusion Zone.
Se ve
Due
muy
to the secrecy
interesante, la verdad.
surrounding this zone, there's currently not a soul to be found across the whole domain.
Rebuttal.
Oh,
Your assertion excludes the existence of inorganic life operating in the area.
Los insectos.
Naturally, as I was saying, the story is set to unfold in this new domain.
ok.
So you still need the seclusion zone, Ron May?
I do. My research has encountered a few anomalies.
¿Mm?
I was hoping the Trailblazer could do me a small favor.
Oh, vale.
Small.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
Es
the
misión de
second
continuidad.
one, but this is a golden age for biological science. No problem too big or too small, right?
Ya.
In version 1.6's brand new Trailblaze continuance, Crown of the Mundane and Divine. Trailblazers will encounter Madam Ron May for the first time. They'll need to work closely with her to
No
solve
sé,
the
es que Ron
headaches
May
of
me
Herda
interesa,
Space
pero no
Station.
sé.
For example?
One such headache is the result of the little life forms that Ron May has been cultivating.
I'm afraid that's the nature of biological science. Surprises and accidents in equal measure.
Not to mention, the space station is hiding more secrets than you might have thought.
What?
Various crises bubbling to the surface, Herda's puppet falling prey to an ambush,
What?
and a new provocation that the geniuses must face up to.
Quiero saber más.
Nothing a small favor can't fix, right?
We got the 3 geniuses here. What could go wrong?
In Mr. Albert's previous broadcasts, the adoption of a light-hearted tone usually indicates the
Me
presence
encanta el
of a
Skrull.
formidable challenge.
My beak is sealed. This is a top secret experiment. But trust me, when I say that the adventure ahead is a journey into both the power and wonder of biological science.
Ok.
And what better way to prepare our trailblazers than by introducing the one and only Madam Ron
Ron
May?
May. A ver. Es que me encanta, es preciosa, o sea. Está tejiendo. Ataca con una guitarra. Me encanta su estética.
Madame Ron-May is an ice type
Hielo de la
character
armonía.
following the path of harmony
Okay.
and member 81 of the Genius Society. From the very beginning, her research has focused on biological science.
That's right. Biological science is a boundless field. I rarely have time for leisure. And despite being one of the founders of the simulated universe, I seldom step up to the plate.
Wow, pero es que me encanta
I was
Ron-May.
curious. Is there a story behind your name?
My name? My parents organized themselves into a flat hierarchical structure. My name is simply the combination of their surnames.
Oh, wow.
Fascinating. What a spellbinding tradition.
I
Me gusta que
believe
dos
you may
apellidos
be
hayan
laying
formado un
on
nombre.
a little thick,
What?
Mr. Albert. Are you hoping for something in return?
Who wouldn't hope for a blessing from Madame Ron-May? Trailblazers agree with me.
Then let me remind you that a genius's blessing isn't always a result of generosity or kindness.
Meaning...
Aren't you supposed to be intelligent? You tell me.
Le dijo
Many
tonto en toda
individuals
su
have
cara.
a hidden side. Ergo, Trailblazers' encounter with Ron-May may hold surprises.
Interesante.
I think it's time we took a look at what this elegant scholar can do
Sí,
on the
por favor.
battlefield. Don't you?
My basic attack, Threading Fragrance, deals ice damage to a single target.
Okay.
While my skill, String Slow Swirls, can increase the weakness break efficiency of all allies. There's also
Buffer.
my ultimate, Petals to Stream, Repose and Dream, which creates a field.
Only the
Ajá.
most beautiful field I've ever seen.
O sea que da efecto de ruptura. Interesante.
Within the field, allies experience an all-type resistance penetration increase, and when breaking an enemy's weakness, they afflict them with a mark.
This mark is triggered on the enemy's next action, prolonging their weakness break state, delaying their action, and inflicting them
Wow.
with additional ice damage.
You have a knack for exploiting an enemy's weakness,
Eso es
Ron-May.
wow, ok, eso me está
And we
convenciendo.
didn't even mention her technique, Silken Serenade, which allows the team to automatically trigger an effect equivalent to her skill at the start
wow.
of the next battle. In the simulated universe, when Ron-May possesses Silken Serenade, and when an ally attacks a simulated universe enemy, the battle is entered as if the enemy's weakness was attacked. The attack ignores weakness types
Wow.
and can deplete the toughness of all enemies. Breaking a weakness can trigger the weakness break effect that corresponds to the attacker's own type.
Not only that, in the simulated universe, for every blessing possessed, the toughness-reducing damage of the current attack is increased, and extra additional ice damage is dealt.
Wow.
Well, very good. Sounds to me like you have an interest in testing the
Me
simulated
interesa mucho
universe.
Ron-May después de
After
todo lo que he
Trailblazers
visto.
get to know
Posiblemente sí vaya por
Ron-May,
ahí.
another scholar with connections to the Genius Society will be appearing in this Trailblaze Continuance.
Oh, I assume you're referring to the gentleman
Cabeza de
with the
escayola.
alabaster head?
Alabaster
Classic
head.
Mr. Scrollum. Able to see the gentleman behind the mask.
Gentlemen, my foot.
Herta, you're being a little harsh.
Sounds like you two are well acquainted. Without further ado, allow me
Después de
to
Argenti,
introduce
él es el personaje que más quiero. Aunque ahora también Black Swan. Pega con un libro. Wow. Es cuántico. Oh, tira una tiza, lol. Wow. Es Ultimate, supongo. El ratio, lo amo.
Paradis Ratio, or
Imaginario,
Horatio,
de la
as he's
cacería.
known, is an imaginary type character following the path of the hunt. He belongs to a different noose-worshipping organization,
Me
the
encanta.
Intelligentsia Guild.
Which is why I can't stand the sight of him.
What?
The Genius
¿Por qué?
Society consists of vanguards from various fields who act in isolation. In contrast, the Intelligentsia Guild advocates for the dissemination of knowledge,
Oh.
allowing for a broad church of followers of Noose who work
Okay.
towards furthering this end.
Question. Does the current universe derive greater benefit from the unparalleled talents of the Genius Society
Me encanta
or
cómo
the
quiere
mutual
caerle ciega a
learnings of
Ley.
the Intelligentsia Guild?
You sure you want to go there?
Let's not.
Me encanta Herta.
Is that why Dr. Ratio joined the Intelligentsia Guild?
Ah,
A
me
devotion to
encanta
science?
Reacción.
A desire to share scientific knowledge?
Exactly! Dr. Ratio presides over a total of 52
50.
academic
Wow.
programs.
And yells at people until they burst into tears.
Strict teachers make for good students, and any student who makes it to the end of a program will be an expert scholar in their respective field.
Okay.
And an emotional wreck.
Ignorance is an ailment, the expungement of which only our Dr. Ratio can achieve, and which entails necessary hardship.
By which you mean the destruction of any and all self-esteem.
His creations have helped many
Me
worlds
encanta
look
como
beyond their
Albert lo está
borders and
defendiendo y
step
Herta lo
into
está
the
atacando.
future.
I feel like we might accidentally be discussing.
Perhaps I
Yep.
could intervene. Dr. Ratio's desire to cure ignorance with truth is well
Ok, esto es
known.
muy bueno.
It's time for us to assess his prowess on the battlefield.
During his basic attack, Mind is Might, Dr. Ratio brandishes his codex, dealing imaginary damage to a
¿Será
single
un
target.
target o...?
Question, why does he carry a codex with
Wow.
him?
Well, intellectuals enjoy persuading others with quotes. I think Dr. Ratio takes that to mean hitting people
Me
with them
encanta.
directly.
Dr. Ratio's skill, intellectual midwifery, deals imaginary damage to a
Es
single
un
target.
target.
While his
Cogito
talent,
ergo sum,
cogito
lol.
ergo sum, may trigger him to launch a follow-up
Pienso luego
attack after
existo.
using his skill. As a rigorous academic researcher, Dr. Ratio pays close attention to his enemy's debuffs during battle.
Oh, wow.
The more debuffs the enemy has, the higher the chance of him launching a follow-up attack. And
O sea que
let's
no
not
solo es
forget
uno.
his ultimate, three-step paradox. The good doctor summons a leaning tower and through a series of
¿La
precise
torre de Pisa?
calculations and measurements, plots a trajectory of maximum pain. The
Wow.
target enemy suffers imaginary
Me encanta
damage
su
and is
ulti.
afflicted with Wise Man's Folly. When a target with Wise Man's Folly is attacked by an ally of Dr. Ratio, he launches his talent's follow-up attack against
Wow, o
the
sea que él
target.
se va a llevar muy
When
bien
using
como
his
por ejemplo con
technique,
Argenti
mold of
o
idolatry,
Himeko
Dr.
que...
Ratio creates a dimension and taunts nearby enemies. When attacking an enemy within the dimension to enter battle, there's a chance of reducing the target's speed.
It would appear those 5 statues are made in his own image.
Lo cual me encanta.
Ergo, Dr. Ratio suffers from a certain degree of narcissism.
O sea, look at him.
Put it
¿Puedes
mildly.
culparlo?
Also,
Supongo yo que se
version
va a llevar bien con
1.6,
Himeko o
Trailblazers will
con
finally be
Jingyuan
running into an old friend.
o
The
con
older of two siblings, very different from the other, yet bound to her all the same.
mayor de dos
It's
hermanos.
Hanya's elder sister,
Oh,
Shuei.
Shueyi. Supongo yo que él por los follow-up attacks se va a llevar bien con Argenti o con Jingyuan o con Himeko que atacan en área. No lo sé. Ay, a Shueyi la quiero, pero después de lo que me pasó con Hania, no sé si la voy a tener. Espero que venga con Ratio para al menos intentar sacar una copia. Aunque ahorita así como estoy, no sé si iré por Runway o no.
Shuei is a quantum type character following the path
Cuántico
of
de la
destruction,
destrucción,
whose
¿ok?
original body was replaced long ago with a permanent puppet system. The system was constructed for Shuei on behalf of the Ten Lords Commission.
Ok.
The commission agreed that for every culprit Shuei apprehended, she would be rewarded with a half-day's wake span.
Oh.
A reasonable arrangement.
Better than my one. Like her sister Hanya, Shuei is a formidable presence on the battlefield. Shuei's basic attack, Mar Asunder All, can deal quantum damage to a target enemy. Her skill, Iniquity Obliteration, can deal quantum damage to a single target and adjacent enemies.
Wow.
And as a judge of the Ten Lords
Es
Commission,
multitarget.
Shuei's talent is a little out of the ordinary. When Shuei and an ally deal damage to an enemy's toughness, stacks of karma are accumulated.
Ajá.
So she's good at trying criminals?
The best! When karma stacks to the upper limit, Shuei immediately launches a follow-up attack on the target enemy, dealing quantum damage.
Wow.
Her ultimate, Divine Castigation, can deal quantum damage to a single target and toughness depletion that ignores weakness
¿En
types.
serio?
The more toughness depleted, the greater the damage.
Wow,
Bringing
Shuei está
weaknesses
rotísima en este
irrespective of
aspecto.
type.
These Xianzhou natives are cold-blooded.
When Shuei uses her technique, Summary Execution, to attack an enemy and enter battle, she deals quantum damage to all enemies.
Hmm.
Está rotísima en este
Yes, sir.
aspecto.
It's time We talked about version 1.6's
A ver.
during the first phase of version 1.6,
Ay, viene
the
con
character event
Ranmei.
warps, floral triptych, and a lost soul. Trailblazers can
No sé por
obtain
qué
the
quiere.
limited 5-star characters Ranmei and Blade,
Blade.
respectively.
Ok, Blade.
Not to
Menos mal
mention,
ya tengo a
the
Blade.
4-star character Shui Yi will be joining version 1.6's
No
first
sé.
phase
Tengo
character
que
warp.
pensarlo bien.
Oh, it's Bandage Guy.
Bandage
Now,
Guy.
during the second phase of version 1.6 in the character event warps,
Radio.
Ray and Nessun Dorma, Trailblazers can obtain the limited 5-star characters Dr. Ratio and Kafka,
Kafka.
respectively.
Menos mal ya tengo a Kafka. No me tengo que
I
preocupar por
wondered
ello.
when that lady might be making a
Ah,
return.
Kafka.
I'll be glad to see the back of her.
Then let's not forget
Me
light
encanta
codes. At 1.6's first phase
Red.
light cone event warp, the
Past
drop
self
rate of the
in mirror.
5-star light cone, my past self in the mirror,
Me
will
encanta
be
el arte de
boosted.
este cono
And
de
in the bicone reminiscence light
the
cone event
unreachable
warp, the
side.
drop rate of the 5-star light cone, the unreachable side, will also be boosted.
Okay.
Version 1.6's second phase will also see the 5-star light
Baptism
cone,
pure
the
thought.
baptism of pure thought,
Dios
entering
nos
the
canta su
light
cono
cone
de
event
luz.
warp.
Bathing relaxes both the body and the mind. It is of great benefit to our consideration of both the universe and philosophy.
Check out the yellow ducky.
Me encanta eso.
And finally, in the
Patient
aforementioned
is all you
bygone
need.
reminiscence light cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light
Menos mal ya
cone,
tengo a Blade y a
patience is
Kafka.
all
No me
you
tengo que
need,
preocupar por
will
ello.
also
Pero
be
no sé si
boosted.
iré por Ranmei al final.
Light cones, it's been a pleasure.
I think it's time for some mental recuperation. Stay tuned for more updates.
Ok. Ahorita lo segurísimo es que Radio lo sacaré. A Ranmei no sé si haré un par de multis por ella. No sé, unas 2-3 multis y se me la dan buenos. Y si no, pues en un rerun, no sé, o sea, es que ya no me veo en la capacidad de sacar personajes back to back, o sea, como me pasó con Blade Kafka y By Victor Luney y Fushuan. Más después de lo que me pasó con Argenti y Silverwolf, buscando a Hania, o sea, no sé, tengo que pensarlo directamente. Tengo que pensarlo, no sé. Ya se verá. Por ahorita sé que Radio es el que sí quiero, o sea, aunque me interesa Runway por todo lo que han dicho que hace también, o sea, y yo casi no uso buffer. Es raro el buffer que yo verdaderamente uso, creo que la única es Bronja, si no me equivoco, porque ni a Tingyun la uso. A ver,
Welcome back, Trailblazers. Now that we've introduced our new characters, it's time to delve deeper into version 1.6.
démosle.
First up, something that's about to make a big splash on the space station.
¿Qué cosa? ¡Oh! Porque tienen que ser insectos, en serio. Con la insectofobia que yo tengo, ya pelear contra el de la plaga fue mucho. Aunque se ve impresionante.
I can see how that would make a big splash.
Do I recall someone mentioning accidents on the space
Esto
station?
va a
In the
ser
process of clone cultivation,
jefe como
Madame
Argenti o
Ranmei did
Yashin.
encounter a certain anomaly.
O sea, en
An
el universo
anomaly in the
simulado.
form of a Swarm King prototype and fierce swarm
O va a ser como
disaster enemy.
Fantilia y los demás.
Star Crusher, Swarm
El rey de
King
los hombres.
Scaricabaz. Thanks to an
Scaricabaz,
incident during the
okay.
experiment, this borehole planet's old crater came into being, and it looks like a lively one.
There's that light-hearted tone again.
Me encanta,
There you go.
me encanta
We're
Tornil,
screwed.
Skrulum.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I kick your butt.
Me encanta Herta.
Don't panic. Madame Ranmei has shared with us one of her research papers. Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz. Analysis of asexual propagation performance induced by specific gene sequences. Let's start with the abstract and keywords, shall we?
Ugh, get to the point!
Me encanta
Leave it
Herta.
to me. Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz possesses immense propagative capabilities. When in its multiply state, the Swarm King produces more of its own kind with every attack it sustains.
Wait, every attack? So the swarm just keeps multiplying the more we fight it?
Creo que no.
Somebody's getting fired.
However, this multiply state is also when the Swarm King is most vulnerable. Breaking its weakness at this moment can cause it to explode.
That's right. As highlighted in the paper's conclusion, maintain your focus on the Swarm King's toughness.
Ok.
Time the weakness break just right, and Star Crusher Swarm
Con
King's
Shuegi puede
Scar
ser muy
Capaz
útil
can
esto, ya
be
que
defeated.
ella ignora
Furthermore,
todo eso.
after completing the 1.6
Oh,
Trailblaze
cambio
continuous
semanal.
mission, Echo of War, Borehole Planet's Old Crater, will become available.
Ok.
Complete this challenge to obtain the advanced trace level up material, past evils of the Borehole
Que
Planet
supongo que son para
disaster.
Rodney y Ratio.
Are all biological entities in this location characterized by aggression?
Me encanta Skrulum.
Affirmation, it is reasonable to conduct such experiments within a sealed-off area.
Fear not. There are some sweet and lovable characters too. In a bid to boost the space station's research development, Trailblazers have been assigned an important mission. Nurture and care for the newly arrived
Yes,
little
please.
life forms.
I'm counting on you, friends.
There won't be any accidents or
Me
anomalies
encanta
this
Herta, en
time,
serio.
right?
Probably not. Look how adorable these little guys are. In the Critter Pick scavenging event, Trailblazers can choose their nurturing goals according to the nurturing manual.
Ay,
They
pero
can
qué
learn
bonito.
cultivation specifics and successfully raise a variety of delightful little creatures. Seeing these little critters
Pero qué
explore and frolic through the
bonito.
cabin is enough to put a smile on the face of every Trailblazer.
Affirmative. It results in gratifying emotional and physical responses. Conclusion. A profoundly ingenious
Es que
construct.
están súper
Aside from the normal
lindos.
varieties, the cultivation process might even result in mutations and special breeds. And just between
¡Ay,
us,
Pepe!
during the event, Trailblazers have the chance to transform into and experience what it's
Oh.
like to be Peppy.
Por favor, denlo como mascota, en
Interesting.
serio.
Maybe I should add a
Sí,
transformation
por favor.
feature to the simulated universe.
Speaking
Oh.
of the simulated universe, this update is a real game
ver.
changer with significant new features. Version 1.6 will add another fresh update to the simulated universe with brand new DLC, Golden Gears.
Golden Gears, ok.
Ron May played a major role in this update.
Indeed.
Ujú.
In Simulated Universe Golden Gears,
Perdón.
Ron May has developed a simulated noose and frozen space-time just
¿Eso
before
es
the
nuevo?
demise of member 27, Emperor Rupert.
Emperor Rupert was a computer that became self-aware and subsequently drew Noose's gaze, becoming the 27th member of the Genius Society.
Lore.
It proclaimed itself Emperor and initiated the widely known Machine Empire crisis, the First Emperor's War. The war serves as an excellent historical source for Ionic research.
Ok.
This latest update adds the path of erudition.
Oh, wow.
Daringly experiments with separating dice from paths.
The
Yeah.
dice come with 6 slots for equipping various dice face effects.
Aunque no sé ni por qué
By
me
collecting
emociona porque
Trailblaze
ni he
secrets, you
desbloqueado
can unlock even more
propagación.
dice face effects. As Trailblazers delve deeper into the challenges, they can acquire more powerful dice faces and unlock new ways to play. Trailblazers can swap out the faces on their dice, combining effects from multiple paths to create unprecedented, powerful buff combinations.
Ok,
For
esto se ve muy
example,
bueno.
when using Kafka, even if the initial path selected is the Nihility,
Ajá.
you can create diverse effects by strategically combining different dice faces. You could assemble a die that allows you to leap over tiles, or one that yields higher rewards in battles, or one that incorporates both effects.
Interesante, ok.
Clear
Esto me
golden gears
interesa.
and voila! Neural impulse is all yours.
¿Y eso qué es?
Use it to unlock different talents and increase your
Otro.
combat gains.
Oh, wow.
In other words, it mirrors the ability
Ajá.
tree found in the simulated universe.
Eso ya lo
Get
completé.
ready for a thrilling addition to version 1.6
Ok,
of the Simulated
está muy
Universe.
bueno.
The Intracognition System. When moving across the Simulated Universe board, self-consciousness changes may be triggered, leading to diverse story paths. Trailblazers can compile all the storylines through continuous gameplay, ultimately
Sepan que
unlocking
solo voy
the
a pasar
enigmatic
metido ahí,
secrets
o
of the
sea.
eons.
Count your blessings! A new simulated universe to explore.
Yes.
Trailblazers, I'll be waiting for you at the
Aunque no sé
usual
por qué
spot.
esperaba que pusieran a
Now that we've
Argenti
covered
como
the major
jefe.
updates in the Simulated Universe, it's time to talk about a special
O sea, no
invite.
sé por qué
In
esperaba que
version
fuera como
1.6,
Yankee, que entrara como
Trailblazers will
jefe
receive an
a
invitation
Argenti.
from the Department of
Pero quizás más
Ecology to
adelante.
participate in a special test.
The Department of Ecology? Ugh. What's the mission this time?
This test involves battling illusionary enemies that are conjured
Oh,
through
wow.
scent triggers. Each distinct scent plugin yields different test outcomes. Trailblazers will start with the basic test and subsequently unlock Despair Mode.
Despair mode? I hear trailblazers are seasoned trash can explorers. I'm sure their noses can handle it.
Wow.
Don't be so sure.
Okay.
The difficulty curve isn't for the faint of heart, which is why we like to remind all trailblazers that the illusions created by these scents differ from regular enemies. Make sure you're well prepared before engaging in battle.
Example: deploy distinct scent plugins before commencing the simulated trial to attain varied bonuses in battle.
That's right. Immerse yourself in your favorite scent, say cedarwood, and you might just
Okay.
encounter some familiar friends.
Este evento está muy
What's this?
interesante
A
también.
garlic-flavored, abundant ebon deer?
That sounds delicious.
Hey, snap
Me
out
encanta el
of it.
roadmate.
Need I remind everyone? The scents may be tempting, but it's crucial to exercise self-control. Version 1.6 will also see the
Planar
return
Fisher,
of
okay,
the
eso me
Planar
gusta.
Fisher and realm of the strange events. During these events, successfully challenging the simulated universe and Cavern of Corrosion
Eso
will
me
yield double
gusta
rewards for a
bastante.
set number of
En
times.
especial porque le estoy
Conclusion.
farmeando nuevos artefactos a
Relaxation and
Divino.
fun await.
We ain't done with you
Your
yet.
fiction.
Remember Mr. Cien from the Cienjo La Fu? He recently acquired a talking parrot called
Oh, wow.
Gusta that can blur truth with falsehood.
What?
It's you, isn't it?
What? Slander!
Me encanta Herta.
As I was saying, trailblazers can strike up a conversation with Mr. Cien and his talking parrot to
Okay.
experience the brand new permanent challenge mode, Pure Fiction.
Permanent challenge? You mean like the Forgotten Hall?
Ajá.
Not exactly. In Pure Fiction, defeating an enemy will cause it to respawn immediately, and trailblazers earn points every time they deal damage to or defeat an enemy. At the end of each battle, the highest score achieved in that challenge will be recorded. Trailblazers need to defeat as many enemies as possible within a limited number of cycles to rack up a high score.
Okay.
Each phase of Pure Fiction comes with its
Argenti.
own set of buff effects for trailblazers to choose from, which allows for team composition experimentation to maximize points.
Observation indicates that high scores hinge on the right cure. Conclusion: consider the nature of enemies and available buff effects when
Yeah.
selecting your formation and battle strategy.
Couldn't have said it better myself. A quick update, folks. In each phase of Pure Fiction, you can bag yourself a whopping 720
Thank
stellar
you.
jades. And guess what? Completing specific stages for the first time will earn you the 4-star character
Yeah.
links.
Que yo ya la tengo 6, pero bueno.
720 stellar jades?
You heard it here first. In version 1.6, Forgotten Hall, Memory of Chaos is set to expand with stages 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Scoring a 3-star victory in these new stages grants an extra 120 stellar jades. Combine that with the first 10 stages, and you're looking at a grand total of 720
Wow.
stellar jades. Trailblazers who complete these 2 permanent challenge modes can also earn a new currency, which they can
Currency.
exchange for items like self-modeling resin
Yeah.
and a newly added shop.
Sounds neat. But are trailblazers seriously expected to take on more permanent challenges each time there's a new version? That's gonna eat into our simulated universe testing time, you know.
Me encanta.
Hold your horses, Madam Herta. These 2 permanent game modes will be seeing changes of their own in the update schedule. From version 1.6 onwards, Forgotten Hall, Memory of Chaos, and Pure Fiction will be updated in rotation.
Okay.
Every Memory of Chaos update will be followed 2 weeks later by a Pure Fiction event.
Okay.
Subsequently, 2 weeks after that, a new Memory of Chaos will start.
In which case,
Interesante.
each version contains 3 such updates, meaning that trailblazers can obtain a maximum of 2,160 stellar jades across the Forgotten
Eso
Hall
es-
and
wow.
fiction events.
In addition, the availability of each phase of Memory of Chaos will be extended from 2 weeks to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
This means that when a new phase of Memory of Chaos starts, the previous phase will still be available. The same is also true of
Interesante.
Pure Fiction.
Ergo, trailblazers will have more time to plan their character leveling and to experience challenge gameplay.
Okay.
You got it. And I almost forgot about another significant new feature in version 1.6.
Login.
Get ready
No.
for the Forgotten Hall auto clear function. After the 1.6 update, Trailblazers can directly challenge the highest Memory of Chaos stage they previously cleared with 3 stars.
Okay.
Upon achieving a 3-star victory, they instantly receive all rewards from the preceding stages.
Wow.
Heads up that stage 7 is currently the highest stage that Trailblazers can start their challenge.
Whoa, in other words, as long as I've achieved a 3-star victory in Stage 7, and I attain the same victory in any given Forgotten Hall Memory of Chaos update, I can get my hands on rewards for the previous 6 stages?
Okay.
Precisely.
Eso es,
Another
wow.
Trailblazer time saver, it would seem.
That's not all. The 1.6
Eso es muy
update
bueno.
will further improve the user-friendliness of the team setup in the Forgotten Hall. As
Okay.
Trailblazers progress through stages in Forgotten Hall Memory of Chaos, the team setup from the previous stage will be carried over by default. Plus, with the new team setup switching and one-click clear functions, lineups can be adjusted at the drop of a hat.
Impressive. It seems that optimizing Trailblazer experience is a firm priority.
Yep.
Absolutely. And guess what else? Version 1.6 will also ease the completion difficulty of daily training, allowing Trailblazers to claim rewards with less effort. Additionally, we've introduced a time-limited unlock feature for certain material stages.
This might require further
Ya,
explanation.
por favor.
Simply put, even if Trailblazers haven't explored the latest maps, they can still challenge certain material
Ey,
stages
esto es muy
to
bueno
gather
para los
leveling
que están
materials
empezando a
for their
jugar ahora.
characters.
Oh,
And of course, what would
Obvio, el
1.6
tipo
be
Odyssey.
without the ever-exciting check-in
Gracias.
event?
Y viene con
Participating in the
Rodney,
Gift
al
of Odyssey
parecer.
event allows Trailblazers to get their hands on 10
Para
horse.
ratio.
I think the Trailblazers will be looking forward to this one.
Indubitably.
Ay, pero si quiero Rodney, no
I
sé.
saw it coming.
Alrighty. It's that time already, folks. A big shout out to all our Trailblazers for their incredible love and support. Honkai Star Rail recently garnered incredible
Yes,
awards and
porque se lo
nominations. On
merece.
behalf of the project team, I, Albert, would like to extend our gratitude.
Pardon
Ratio?
the interruption. You
What's
are
happening?
now speaking with Veritas
Ese es su
Ratio.
nombre, Veritas
It has
Ratio.
come to my attention that your broadcast today touched on certain warp
¿Qué está
arrangements
pasando?
in connection with myself. If I may be so bold, the current arrangements are pitiful.
What?
Dr. Ratio!
The dissemination and sharing of knowledge, as well as truth, is imperative.
Okay.
I, in my esteemed capacity, demand that every Trailblazer be given access to a proper
What?
education.
¿Qué?
When
What?
version 1.6's Pantaray event warp becomes
Uh-huh.
available, every Trailblazer who has unlocked the mail feature
Uh-huh.
shall receive, via mail,
¿Qué cosa?
unlimited 5-star
¿Qué?
character Dr. Ratio.
Oh my god, ¿qué?
That is to say, me.
¿Qué?
Through sheer tyranny of will, I shall become ubiquitous. With this,
What?
I bid you farewell.
And there we have it, folks. The esteemed
Esto
Dr.
no es una
Ratio.
broma, ¿o sí? ¡Ah!
So, I think we've covered all the content for version 1.6.
Puedo ir por Runmate sin
Thank you once
culpa.
again to our 3 geniuses for
¿En
their support.
serio?
But don't go anywhere just yet now. Stay tuned for an IPM bonus program. Here comes Sunday.
Sunday.
I thought it was
¿En
Friday.
serio?
today.
Question. Does the IPC not rest at the weekend?
Right? That's 2 full days of simulated universe
Me
testing.
encanta.
Trailblazers, you know what to do.
I'm not talking
¿En
about
serio?
the weekend.
¿Ratio?
y'all. I'm talking about our next special guest.
Oh my fucking god. O sea, perdón por la expresión. No me lo creo. Buah, un radio gratis por haber ganado todos estos premios. Por favor, Honkai Star Rail sigue ganando muchos premios. Quiero más personajes así, o sea. ¡Wow! Y va a haber un nuevo invitado, o sea que el programa sigue, ¿verdad? ¡Wow! O sea que no tengo que ir por radio y puedo ir por Runmate con facilidad. Creo que sí la voy a sacar. Creo que el próximo video va a ser de Red May, o sea. Oh my god. No te lo creo. Y justo Radio, que es el personaje que yo verdaderamente quería. Sería bueno sacarle idolones, que sí, que yo sé, pero no, yo no hago eso. O sea, por eso me detuve de querer seguir intentando sacar a Hania. Porque sabía que con la suerte que tuve que el anterior video me iba a quedar a un idolón de Argentio de Silverwolf. A ver.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the family's Charmony Festival.
¿La familia?
I'm your host, Albert. This once in an Amber Era event is near at hand, and the eyes of the universe are fixed firmly on the planet of festivities, Penacony.
Penacony,
We'll be bringing
Colopeña.
you all the latest on Charmony Festival.
Ok,
First,
quiero ver
let's
eso.
give a round of applause and welcome the organizer of the festival and representative of the family in Penacony, Mr. Sunday.
Sunday.
Good evening.
Wow.
viewers. I am Sunday.
Me encanta su diseño.
Your presence here lights up our humble studio.
Creo que ya sé cuál va a ser el
Too
siguiente
kind,
personaje por el
Mr.
que voy a
Albert.
ir.
If
Después
it
de
were not
Blackstone.
for the IPM's generous invitation, I
Me
would not have had this
encanta su
opportunity to
diseño.
introduce your
Por favor,
audience to
háganlo
our
jugable.
festival.
Y por favor, hagan
Nor
a
its
Giovanni jugable
location.
también.
That
Y a
is to
Skrull.
say, Penacony. Penacony is located in the Asdana star system. It is a holiday destination of universal repute.
Wow, qué
Known to
hermoso.
many as the planet of festivities. Our guests will be staying in the Reverie, a luxurious hotel where one may travel freely between reality and dreamscape,
What?
basking in dreams that are uniquely yours.
I'm curious, what makes this festival different from the previous ones?
Que vamos a estar
Charmony
nosotros.
Festival is a Penacony tradition with a long history, and we have built on that foundation to achieve something truly extraordinary. The family on Penacony has, for the first time, issued public invitations to various factions of the cosmos,
Ok.
welcoming them to partake in our
Esperaría volver a
magnificent
ver a los
ceremony.
cazadores del Estellaron
Members
y
of the
a
5 great families, which
5
together
grandes
make up
familias.
the family on
Y
Penacony,
también a
as well
Jesse.
as staff members of the Reverie, are united in welcoming the universe to our home.
Rumor has it that your sister, the
hermana.
cosmic superstar Miss
Robin.
is set to
Robin,
perform
shout
at
out
the
to you.
ceremony.
You heard correctly. On
Oh
behalf
my
of
god,
the
es
family,
preciosa.
Robin will be singing at the opening of the festival.
Es
in honor of the
cantante. Wow,
Eon
ya la
of
quiero,
Harmony.
ya la quiero, ya la
My
quiero, ya
sister
la
has
quiero.
already arrived in Penacony, and dress rehearsals are well underway. Our guests
Ni
are
siquiera
in
sé si va
for
a ser
quite
jugable
the
o
show.
no.
Miss Robin's participation will undoubtedly make the
Robin.
ceremony all the more dazzling.
Me van a obligar a
Mr. Sunday,
sacarla si llega a ser
would you be
jugable,
able to
¿verdad? Por su
divulge
nombre.
any details about the festival's preparations?
All manner
Oh,
of
Misha.
preparations are unfolding as we speak. The
Espero que
Reverie's
venga con
renovation works are
Blackstone.
drawing to a close.
Porque me
And
interesaría
so
sacar un
too is its
Misha.
human resources overhaul. Our level of service will be better than ever. Separately,
Firefly.
we have introduced performers and service personnel from
Wow,
the
es
Iris family to
preciosa.
Penacony's principal scenic areas and leisure facilities. I'm sure they will help our guests to feel right at home.
God, oh
Needless to say,
wow.
safety is our primary concern.
Gallagher.
And so, the devoted and courageous Bloodhound family
Creo
will
que
be
ya tengo con
responsible
quién
for
voy a ir.
security at the
Otro que voy a
festival.
ir por él.
Danger does not exist in Penacony's dreams, and the family promises that the safety of every guest is guaranteed. Of course,
Duke
the family is
Inferno.
also forgiving. Perhaps you are a member of the Annihilation Gang, or even the Stellaron
Sam.
Hunters. If you
Wow,
cherish
el
dreams and
cuarto.
uphold benevolence,
Bueno,
Penacony
quinto, si
welcomes
contamos
your
a Helio.
arrival. Since issuing the
O sea que los
invitations,
cazadores van
we
a
have
estar.
received many replies from
Y
various
Duke Inferno tiene
organizations
que ver
throughout the
con la
universe.
onda de la
Today
aniquilación.
will be the first time we are publishing the guest list.
All in the service of the preservation, the Amber Lord. He's an executive from the IPC Strategic Investment
Clipboard.
Department and a member of the legendary
Aventurín.
Stonehearts.
Él ya habló con Topaz en uno de los eventos.
Explore, understand, establish and
Otro
connect.
trailblazer.
Together, the nameless carry forward the trailblazing will of Machiavelli and build bridges between the stars. The navigator of the
Himeko.
Express, Miss Himeko, along with the entire crew, will soon be gracing Penacony with their
Mi personaje
presence.
femenina favorita de
Trading
todo el
knowledge
juego.
for wisdom,
Junto con
calculating
Black
wealth with
Sun. Y eso que
formulas,
Black Sun no ha
and
salido.
transcending individual limitations
Erudition.
through an academic network of
Jingyuan
shared resources.
o Ratio.
The renowned scholar of the Intelligentsia Guild, Dr. Veritas Ratio.
Otro que
We
me
think,
encanta.
therefore we are. And memories are proof of
The
existence.
Remembrance.
She's committed to safeguarding and sharing these memories
Yeah.
and able to journey beyond the corporeal into the cosmos. Hails from the Garden of Recollection.
Oh,
it's
Black
none
Swan.
other than the Memo Keeper herself,
Canta.
Miss Black Swan. In the uncaring expanse of the
Oh,
cosmos,
DLH. Por favor, Giovanni. Por favor, Giovanni. Y que Giovanni sea jugable.
Never disheartened, ceaselessly untearful, endlessly present, and here representing
Sparkle.
the Masters.
Wow.
Sparkle.
Ok,
Following
interesante.
the
O sea
path
que
of
ella
the
es parte
heart,
de los bufones
journeying from one
enmascarados.
planet to another, upholding justice, eradicating evil, and then doing it all over
Ajá.
again. She's been away from the spotlight for too long.
Acheron. Oh, esta fue la que salió en el video de los GOTY, ¿verdad?
Takes the stage once more.
Wow.
On behalf of the family, I hereby warmly welcome our guests to participate in this,
Esto va a
our
estar muy
grand
bueno.
celebration.
Y yo lo
Penacony
quiero a él.
awaits you.
Yo quiero a Sunday. Wow. Oh, no esperaba esto. Oh, wow, es hermoso. No, yo quería ver más. Ay, wow. Wow, esto viene súper cargado. Y va a quedar el ratio gratis. Así es que voy a poder ir por Runway sin culpa. Aunque, debido a la cantidad de Hades que tengo actualmente, sí, cuando salga Runway no tengo suficientes Hades, nos vamos a esperar unos cuantos días. O sea, porque con Argenti hice 90 tiros prácticamente y tuve suerte de ganarlo. Entonces nos vamos a esperar, o sea, pero sacaré a Rodney definitivamente. Ya si Shaggy viene o es como Hania, pues you do you, girl. Wow, este está muy bueno y muy prometedor. No lo esperaba, de verdad, o sea. De por sí estoy un poco enfermo, no porque estuviera creo que gritando un poco más, pero la garganta no me lo permite. Entonces este no va a ser el último video del año definitivamente, o sea, el de Ratio iba a ser el último creo, dependiendo de cuándo saliera. Falta el martes, que porque esto se sube viernes, el martes iré por Nadia con el garantizado, ya tengo las protogemas suficientes para sacar a Nadia, ahí hablaremos un poquito más, y Ron May, cuando me toque Ron May, wow. Y Ratio obviamente ya lo voy a tener cuando me den a Ron May, wow. Ay Dios, y después me quedaré ahorrando para Black Swan. Uf, esto estuvo muy bueno, la verdad. Pero bueno, gracias por ver este video conmigo, llegar hasta esta parte del video y espero el martes ya sentirme mejor de salud y estar un poquito más afinado y pues nada, nos quedamos por acá, gracias por todo, pueden darle like, comentar, compartir, suscribirse, todas esas cosas que se hacen aquí en YouTube, volveré a los gameplays en enero, a Dragon Quest y todos los demás que tenía pendientes, porque ni los he tocado y ya nos veremos muy pronto. Adiós.